Many of the times we just think about preparing for interviews, doing well in interviews, but we totally forget about what we need in order to apply for the visa and how can we fast track that particular process. Hey friends, in this video I would like to share a roadmap for anyone who is willing to find an IT job in Germany from their own home country. I came up with 6 different steps for this roadmap which you can see in the screen now. Let's get started. First one, set your mind. This may sound little cliche, but I had to say this as a first point because with wrong expectations, if we start something, then it may not go as we wish. So it's important to set our expectations correctly before starting our job search on the following points. The job search can take minimum 6 months to 1 year. But there are some ways to fast track this job search process which I am going to discuss throughout this video. But if you'd like to know a rough timeline, like how many months it would take to find a job in Germany from India or from any other similar countries, then it would take minimum 6 months. Please keep that in mind because we have job search process, visa application process and your relocation. So there are a lot of such things. Also, you will need to have clarity what kind of salaries that you are expecting. So if you think about Germany and if you compare it with maybe Singapore and with United States, this could be little different here. As far as I noticed, you might get more salaries in Singapore and US compared to Germany. But I hope the quality of living would be a bit more better in Germany compared to the other countries where you can earn a lot of money. So when it is coming to money, you will need to have what is the minimum amount that you are looking to make by migrating into Germany. Also, when you calculate or research about this, you need to keep in mind the salary could be less, at the same time the cost of living also could be less. Make sure to think well why you need to find a job in Germany. If you want to know how to decide that, I have already made a video about that. You can click on the link appearing above in the I button and watch that video. At last, please keep in mind there will be positive as well as negative surprises in the job search journey. So you should be very well prepared for that as well. Secondly, equip yourself for interviews. We will need to look at this with 2 different points. First one, strengthen your skills. Second one, showcase the strength of your skills. How can you strengthen your skills? Firstly, you will need to understand very well about your current project, what you are doing, how it could be helpful for the other organizations, what can you improve upon that. Based on that, maybe you can take a lot of new courses, you can do certifications, improve your technical skills, also your soft skills, the communication skills. This is something that you can figure out yourself. There are a lot of ways that you can hone your skills. If you just do a quick Google search, you will be able to find a lot of options to learn the skill, practice the skill, in fact, showcase your proficiency over the internet. So that's where we are coming to the next point. Showcase the strength of your skills. This is where we are going to prepare our CV, cover letter and our online presence. Please have a common CV including all your experiences, skills and what are all the things that you are willing to showcase to your new employer. Secondly, learn to write a nice cover letter. Writing a cover letter is not a practice for you previously, then there are a lot of examples over the internet. You can definitely learn from that and you can create your own cover letter as well. Thirdly, my favorite, creating your online presence to showcase your skills, experiences and the recommendations what you get from your previous employers and your clients. With this, you are attracting the opportunities to you instead of you going behind some opportunities. So please make sure to have very good online presence in whichever the platform you think more relevant for your job and your experiences. Third step, correlate yourself with the job applications. When you start applying for the jobs, the first step is obviously to find out visa sponsoring jobs and then to apply for that. There are many job portals for Germany, LinkedIn, Stepstone, Zing. You can pick any one of these or all of these, but you will need to make sure that you are sincerely applying for all the jobs. Instead of just randomly applying for 50 jobs in a single day, apply for 2 to 3 jobs, but with utmost care, with lot of details that relate your application to the job description. Otherwise, our CV will get rejected in the first screening process itself. By this, I don't mean that you should not apply for a lot of jobs. Of course, you will need to do that. Only then it will increase your odds to get the job soon. But at the same time, doing it with a lot of quality is something that is required. That will reduce the need for you to apply for one more job again and again. You can also become more creative in this process. Some of the job descriptions provide their HR emails or the hiring manager email IDs to send your CV to them. When you are sending your CV and cover letter, you can also do a short video resume and you can send it to the hiring manager. Just imagine when the hiring manager is going through a lot of CVs and cover letters and you are sending a video at that time, he would really be relieved from his document verification process, and maybe he will take his headphones and he will try to watch that video. And that will definitely give a very good impression about you, and you will gain the interview call from them. After getting the interview call, then definitely it's in your hands to crack that out. But at least this type of innovative ways will definitely help you to land an opportunity into the interview process. You can think about doing this, or if you get some other innovative ideas, you can still try doing that. Also, when you are applying for the jobs, you can connect with some of the people who are already working in that company. LinkedIn definitely shows some recommendations on the screen, and you will be able to connect with them to ask some of the professional questions. Please don't get into details a lot, but in general, you can get some help, some ideas from the people who are already working in that team. In case if you are going to have a round of team interview, then you will have someone whom you know in the panel. That may give you a little bit of confidence to do the interview better. Fourth step, rock your interviews. Your interview does not start on the day it is scheduled. It actually starts few weeks before you get that interview. So what you will need to do is, firstly, you will need to research and find out what are the different types of interviews that German employers are already doing. You can use Glassdoor and other forums that are available in order to find out. For example, for developers, they may give some scenario to develop and maybe they will give 2 to 3 days of time, and then you will need to submit your code and wait for the results. Of course, it could be different from company to company and roles to roles, but at least you can have a basic understanding about different types of common interviews that are happening with most of the German employers. If you are already aware about, then you will be able to practice that even before you get your interview schedule. And of course, as everyone needs to know, when you are going for the interview, please research about the company, what is their culture, what are the products they are building, or what are the services they are offering, who are the competitors, how is this company is doing better from their competitor, or how is this company is doing worse than their competitor. When you know such things, you will be able to showcase yourself as a person who can solve problems for that particular company. Next, it might sound very simple. You will need to have a very good internet connection in order to do your interview well, because we don't want to create bad impressions due to lack of internet speed or connectivity. You will also need to have some backup, maybe power backup or internet backup like mobile data or something else, in case your primary source of internet is not working. Fifth step, get ready for visa. Actually, I wanted to make this as a first point, but just to follow the flow of recruitment process, I am keeping this as a last but step. Many of the times we just think about preparing for interviews, doing well in interviews, but we totally forget about what we need in order to apply for the visa and how can we fast track that particular process. You would have at least 1 or 2 interview experiences already in your home country, but not all of us would be having experiences in applying visas. So you will need to understand what are the things that you need, and you will need to make sure that you already have it ready before even you start your job search process. Some of the points that I would like to highlight here is valid passports for yourself and your spouse and kids, in case if you are married and if you have kids. Your passports should be having minimum 1 year validity before you are applying for the visa. Why am I stressing this? Because when I went to apply for the visa, I found people who came with 9 months validity and they had to go back, renew their passports before getting their visas. If you are already married, then make sure to have your marriage certificate from the government. For the people who are applying from India, you will also need to get the apostle from the Ministry of External Affairs. It is a simple process only. If you just do a quick search in internet, there are a lot of providers who are helping with this one. You will need to pay a nominal fee and you will be able to get that. Also, if you want to move with your kids, make sure to have their birth certificate ready. Again, some consulates ask for it and some consulates do not ask for it. So why to give chances? Let's keep everything ready, and whatever the documents that they want, you can just show it to them. If they don't want, it's not going to hurt you. And other basic stuffs like keep all your experience certificates ready, keep all your educational certificates ready. And one more important thing, you will need to have your university and your degree recognized by Germany. You can get that recognition documents from the website called Anabin. If there is enough interest, I can also make separate video about that, but you can also easily figure it out. This is a simple step only. You can do it within 5 to 10 minutes also. One more important point that can fast track your whole visa process is this. For German visa, I don't know about the other countries, but in India, mostly we have a lot of waiting time to get the appointment itself. I mean the appointment to submit your visa application. You can create an application in the VFS site. Only when you get the appointment and submit your visa application in person, only then that will be processed and you will be able to get a visa. In order to get that appointment itself, I was waiting for minimum 2 to 3 months. But there were people when I was applying who were waiting for more than 4 months or 5 months also. I think the situation could be improved now since the corona period is almost over. But what I would suggest is when you are doing your interviews, if you think that it's going to end in a positive manner, you will definitely get the job and the pay, everything is good for you, then don't wait until your employer sends you the visa supporting documents. Even before that, you try to book an appointment with VFS for your city. This is not wrong. You can book an appointment even before you get your visa supporting documents from your employer. Let's say you have 2 months of waiting time in your city. These 2 months should be enough for you to get the employment contract, all other visa supporting documents from your employer. By the time when your appointment date comes, you should be able to get all the documents from your employer. This way you can save this 2 months of waiting time. Let's say you did not get the job, but your appointment date is just 1 week away. Please cancel that appointment, because there are a lot of people like you and me who are waiting for that appointment. If you cancel that, then that will be definitely allocated to someone else who is in the waiting list. So we are trying to fast track our process. At the same time, we should not block someone else's way also. Last step, prepare for the relocation. First point is, in case if you are getting relocation allowance from your employer, then make sure to keep all the bills on whichever the things you are spending. Train tickets, flight tickets, cab bills, all such things. Some companies even give some allowances to buy your trolleys. So whatever such things you are buying, please collect your bills. That will definitely help you after you come here. In case some of the bills are not accepted, that is still fine. But in case if you don't have any bill at all, then it will be a problem for you. Get some euros in your account. If your employer is somehow providing you some euros, then it is totally fine. But in case if they are not providing, then you can convert your local money into euro in forex accounts and you can carry it here. You can also carry your international debit cards and international credit cards. But one thing what you need to do is you need to activate your international usage for your debit card as well as for credit cards. Also, if you need to use your home country's SIM card in Germany as well, then remember to activate some kind of international roaming, maybe minimal package or whichever the way you would like to do, but try to activate the international roaming package before you are boarding your flight. Of course, you will also need to book your temporary accommodation in Germany, but while booking that, in case if you are going to book Airbnb or maybe some other hotels, make sure to check whether they are allowing city registration or not. You will need to register here as soon as you come here. So when you are booking a temporary stay, make sure to check whether they are allowing you to register in the citizen's office with their address. That's very important. The all 6 different steps what we discussed here are the major things that you will need to keep in mind when you are searching for a job in Germany. But there are a lot of other things. If you have any other questions, then please feel free to write it in the comments. I will try to answer them, or I will try to make a video also on that. Then please click the like button for this video. And I also shared about my personal experience of how I found a job in Germany without speaking German language directly from India itself. If you are interested, you can check out this video. Thank you for watching this video. I will see you in my next video.